Guys, it's me, it's Queen Theyre, and I'm coming to you today with another exciting edition of Ask An Aquarius. Okay? And if you haven't already, please hit that red subscribe button and smack the bell. Okay, so I got the same question from three different emails from three different people with three different situations. And I was sitting there like, wow, this needs to be addressed. Okay, all three of them are with an Aquarius. All three of them are having a good relationship with the Aquarius. The Aquarius is actually opening up. They're talking, they're getting to know each other. They're bonding. Things are going well. However, the problem is that all three of them are telling me that they don't know where they stand in the relationship and if the relationship is going somewhere or not. They're being sexual, they're going places, they're bonding, they're doing all these things, but they don't know where it's going. So they're asking me, A, should I ask the Aquarius where this is going? Or should I, B, just chill and see where it's going? Now, I want to say first and foremost, the reason why this is problematic is because you are all putting the horse in the wrong spot. Okay? Everything has an order. Okay? So you have a situation with a person, you meet them, you get to know them, and then you have sex. And preferably like 90 days later, because I advocate for the 90-day rule, because this is what happens. It's unnatural to start to bond with a person sexually, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, that you have no idea if things are going to go anywhere or not. The 90-day rule isn't a punishment or like a head game or a discipline game. The 90-day rule is to not have sex with this person for 90 days while you figure out if you want to be with this person. Because once you start to be intimate with the person, you're bonding with them. So it's not intelligent to bond with someone that you don't know if you even want to be with or not. You see what I mean? You need to spend time with this person. You need to get to know this person. You need to know if you can build an empire with this person. You need to know if this person has the same family values as you. You need to know if this person wants to create the things you want to create, and not just by their lip service. You want to watch what they do. You want to see how he treats his mother. How does he treat his baby's mom if he has one? How does he treat his exes? How does he do what he do, or how does she do what she do? You want to see it. And if you give it 90 days, I'm not saying it's going to be perfect and you're going to know everything about them, but if you give it 90 days, I bet you will weed out 80% of the yuhas, or the yahoos. We call them yahoos. Basically 80% of the jerks, you will weed them out because you've waited long enough to see if you really like them or not. And it's not making them wait to see if they really, want to be with you. It's waiting to see if you want to bond intimately, emotionally, spiritually, mentally with this person. And like I said, 80% of the time, I bet you're not going to want to. So all of you that are in this situationship right now, the first problem you have is that you jumped the gun. You can't do that. And I know it's normal in our culture. I know everybody does it. I know it's, when you got them hormones racing and this person look good. And I know all of that. I've been there. I've been here. I've done this. And it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Every time, either one or two things is going to happen. You're going to figure out after the sex you don't like them, or you're going to figure out that they do not want to move forward. One of those two things can happen. Or the third possibility is that you could like each other a lot and you could move forward. But we all know that you don't know that. It's a gamble. So why gamble with your spiritual, emotional, and mental, physical self? Don't gamble like that. Don't gamble your heart. Don't put your heart on the table with a maybe. And I'm telling you, I've done this. A lot of you have done this. It's bad business. People always argue with me about it and they're like, oh, there's nothing wrong with it. It is. Stay away from friends with benefits. If you don't learn anything else from this channel, stay away from friends with benefits. It's not healthy and it's not It's against your normal emotions. It's against your normal nature. If you like the person, you're going to want to be with them. And if they don't want to be with you, that's when the resentment, the rejection, the hurt, all that's going to start. And you're going to basically break your own heart. Keep your legs closed and your underwear on for 90 days. Get to know them. And you usually don't even get to the 90 days. I don't think most people get that far. I think like 3 weeks and they know if they really want to do something with this person or not, if they want to move forward with this person or not. So that's the first big mistake that you're making, is that you're going into these relationships and automatically being intimate. Some of you are being full blown sexual. Some of you just being intimate, like, little something, something, none of that. Keep your relationship platonic, because the hormones that are created during sex cloud your judgment. And the more sex you have with them, the more your body physically, spiritually, emotionally bonds with this person. And that's why we end up in these situations. Now, for those of you that are already in the situation and it's already too late, all you can do is this: talk to the Aquarius. I wouldn't give them an ultimatum. I wouldn't nag them. I wouldn't do any of that. I would just tell them straight up, we've been seeing each other all this time. I really do like you. And I just want to know, do you think this relationship could go somewhere, or do you think it's something that will remain casual? Just ask the question. And the Aquarius will either tell you yes, no, or I don't know. If they say no, this is not going anywhere, believe them. Like Maya Angelou said, when somebody shows you who they are, believe them the first time. If the Aquarius tells you this is not going anywhere and you want it to go somewhere, it's time for you to exit stage left. If the Aquarius says, yes, this is going somewhere and you don't want it to go anywhere, it's time for you to exit stage left. If they say yes and you want it to, then proceed. Okay? The other thing is, if they say they don't know, because I guarantee you, many of you will get this answer: I'm not sure, I don't know, I'm just trying to see, that kind of thing. A lot of times that means that they're trying to be around you for a little while and see if they're really feeling you. So they're not certain. They're not lying about that. A lot of times Aquarius are we're very uncertain about our emotions. We have a hard time figuring out how we feel about things. So that might be the answer. So what you want to do is you want to keep talking with them. Whenever it comes up, you just want to talk about it. You don't want to nag. You don't want to beg. You don't want to, give ultimatums. You don't want to do any of that. You just want to keep the discussion, the topic on the floor until the Aquarius works through their feelings. And if you can't do that, or that's not comfortable for you, then an Aquarius is not for you. Because if you're somebody who needs quick emotional answers, you got the wrong lover. I don't know how I feel about things a lot of times. And I'm good at it. I'm better at it. At 41 years old, I've worked on this for a long time. So I still have to say, Erica, what is going on with you? How do you feel about this? I have to ask myself. And then a lot of times I journal, because I don't know. So I'd be like, well, I feel, and I just start jotting out little feelings that I do know. And that's how I get to the bottom of what I'm feeling. I have to really go inside of myself. So an Aquarius who hasn't done this much work might not be that aware. So it might take them a little bit of time to work through it. You might have to help them work through it. Aquarius hate to be given ultimatums while they're working through it if they're not certain. And some people hate to wait, especially in an uncertain future. So you have to really think about that as well. So those are your answers. If you're already in this situation, you need to have a conversation, a very calm, a very cool, a very collected conversation with your Aquarius. Okay? And remember what I said. Believe them the first time. If they tell you no, then it's not. Keep it moving. And I don't care how much you like someone. I don't care how much you're into someone. I don't care how great the sex is with someone. Don't ever chase anyone. If you ask them a question and they're not trying to go there, then step off. Don't argue with them about it. Don't try to persuade them. Because some people will tell me, well, I'm going to get him to change his mind. I'm going to turn him around. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. You setting yourself up for a real big letdown if that person does not give in or does not decide to go in the direction you want them to go. Okay? So ask the question, wait for the response, respond to whatever they say. Okay? And remember what I said about the 90-day rule. If you learn nothing else from me, learn to utilize that 90-day rule. That 90-day rule will save a lot of you from a lot of stuff that you go through. I'm telling you, because in the first 2 weeks, the first 3 weeks, if you're not having sex with that person, your mind going to be sharp. You're not going to be clouded by all those hormones. Y'all might not know this, and you can read this if you want to. Sex creates a lot of hormones, and those hormones and those feelings and all that stuff that goes on bonds you with this person. And why bond with a person you have no future with or an uncertain future with? It just doesn't make sense. I'm dead set against friends with benefits for that reason. I've seen so many people in bad situations because of that. I've seen children, STDs come out of it, all kinds of hurt feelings. All of these things can be, you can get around all of these things. All these things could not even happen in the first place by just not doing that. Waiting to have sex is one of the biggest things I learned from having sex. That's what I learned from being with people intimately. I learned not to be quick to be with people intimately. So really think about that, because a lot of you that are in this situation would not have been in this situation had it had been the other way around. Okay? I will see you guys later. Let me know what you think in the comment section.